My name is Chad Hayse. I'm the police chief here in the city of Melvindale. Also with me is Steve Densmore, he's the assistant fire chief with the Dearborn Fire Department, and Scott Simons, a representative from DTE. There was a traffic crash this morning just after 2 a.m. An individual left the roadway and appears to have struck a natural gas pipe on DTE property. Police officers responded to that traffic crash and helped extricate that individual from the vehicle and eventually transported him to Beaumont Hospital in Dearborn. I do not have an update on his condition. He was injured. Obviously, there was some sort of issue with the natural gas line and began to burn and started off, my understanding was started off slowly and then became larger and larger. So we still have an area cordoned off. That's going to be Robert Street on the west side of Melvindale, all the way over to Prospect, which is approximately 9 blocks, and then from Elizabeth Street all the way to South Dearborn or Greenfield Road, which is a 2-block area. So you're talking, about 18 square blocks of the portion of the city. It appears that the roadway may have been damaged from the intense heat. So Wayne County is on the way to assess that. That intersection is closed at this time. That's the only thing I had prepared for this morning. I don't know if the fire chief wants to give a statement or just answer some questions, but myself and the fire chief and the representative from DT are here if you have a couple of questions for us.
Do you know the driver's condition at all? I think you mentioned that, or if what played a role in the crash. We're being told that alcohol may be under the influence. Do you know anything? Can you confirm that?
I cannot confirm that. I have a couple officers at the hospital attempting to get that information. So as soon as I know something, we'll go from there. If it turns out this is a fatality with the traffic crash, then we will contact the Downriver Task Force for the traffic accident investigation and let them handle that portion of the incident.
Chief, we've been on the air all morning with this, as a lot of folks have, and been watching this morning, and we've been getting a lot of viewers asking why the main so close to the road. Do you know anything about that, or can anyone else answer that?
It's not that close to the road. This individual traveled a distance off the roadway. It's not like it's 4 or 5 feet off the street. I've been here 25 years, and no one's ever gone that path. We don't know why the individual drove where he drove.
What would be the distance, you think, or how far is it?
I wouldn't, I'd hate to guess. It's not a short distance.
Was that vehicle traveling on Allen toward that facility going north on Allen?
No, the information I have is the vehicle was traveling southbound on Greenfield, and instead of either following Greenfield as it curves slightly to the left or making a right-hand turn onto Allen Road, it made a sharp left-hand turn onto DTE property.
Was alcohol involved in this? Do we know anything?
We don't know.
Can we talk about the barriers in the area where the accident happened at all?
Can we talk about them?
Yeah, just like, can you talk where the accident happened? And
There is fencing along the DTE property, and there's also a large berm on DTE property to keep vehicles from going onto the property.
What were the effects afterwards? After the vehicle hit the pipe, I understand that fires were caused after that. Can you talk about what burned, to what extent, and if there is still anything burning now?
I was over there approximately 40 minutes ago. I did not see anything of the pipeline burning, whether there was still stuff smoldering on DT property. I think that is still ongoing. What burned was natural gas from a natural gas line. I think DT can probably answer that question a little better, but my understanding was it's a large natural gas line.
For structures that were burned?
Yes.
Homes, residences?
No homes. No, it's DT properties, the business, industrial type area.
Can you talk about the evacuation plan?
We had mutual aid in effect for the police department, so we contacted Allen Park, Lincoln Park, all the Downriver police agencies, and they responded to go door to door in the affected area that I mentioned to make sure that all the residents were advised and asked to leave the area. Melvindale has a senior bus, so we have that available to pick up seniors who are not able to get out of the home. Our DPW was out helping seniors as well get out of their homes. A couple of people needed some more help.
So how many people do you think were affected, residents?
I don't know.
It was a pretty, obviously, huge explosion. Do you know, or can you talk about what the air quality in the area at this point?
I think the fire chief can probably address that. My understanding is the hazmat team is either on site or on the way and set up some air monitoring equipment to ensure that it's safe, but I don't think there's any issue with that.
And lots of crews. Can you talk about the crews and the response teams that were out there this morning?
We have, the Michigan, aside from the local police departments and the extraordinary response from the Dearborn Fire Department, Michigan State Police are here, Wayne County Emergency Management is here, State of Michigan Emergency Management is here. So we're in contact with any number of agencies trying to make sure that we handle the situation properly.
What's next at this point?
As far as the traffic crash goes, I'm waiting for an update from the hospital to see if that's going to be a fatality or not. As far as DTE in Wayne County, they've got a lot of work to do. Anybody else?